I don't know why does it always ask to stay in studio? Of course, you want to stay in studio.
It does.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
Hmm.
What's up, everybody? Restless Wrestling back in the building. Voice cracking all. It's Sunday morning. We got NFL today. We had a mean Friday night SmackDown. There's been a lot of things going on, as y'all know, man. It was an amazing weekend. It's been an amazing weekend so far. So I hope everybody has an amazing weekend as well. As y'all know, hold up. Go ahead, step in the ring with me. Gotta ring that bell, man. When that bell ring, y'all know the show is officially started. So with that being said, let's talk to our brother Reek. How is your day going, man? I see the shirt. It's actually types tough. I ain't gonna lie. I'm command respect. I likes that. When did that come out? When did that come on Matra? Like for y'all? Is that a Matra for y'all now?
I think they started doing it last year because before last year it was just take command. But I think this year or last year they started like command respect, and then the other day they dropped a video of like what it means to be a commander, but with all the like team. That shit was actually fire. I have to send it to you because they edited it really well. And I'm gonna give props to like the social media managers and stuff like that. Like I've actually fallen into like social media manager TikTok to where like I found the people that work in social media as like actual accounts because they post about it. And I've seen them like they like branch out or whatever. But they do so much good work, bro. It's actually crazy. The amount of, especially on like game days and stuff that they have to do, it's kind of crazy. But it's been a good day so far. Been a good weekend. Like you said, we seen AJ Lee come back, dropped a couple tears multiple times. I don't know how many times I watched that video game. Like the amount of times I've gone on YouTube and watched it, like soon as we got off, I clicked it on the YouTube. I was like, I got to see it on the TV. Got to hear it in full. Tears dropped again. Every time I seen somebody's reaction, I was like, damn. Like, just got goosebumps every time. Like, I don't know, man. People really don't understand. Like, AJ Lee coming back it's like, I wouldn't even say it's like The Rock coming back because we figured at some point The Rock will probably come back. It's probably closer to like CM Punk, Brock. Because when Brock left, nobody assumed he was going to come back. And then when CM Punk left, we damn sure didn't think he was coming back, especially when Mr. Man was in. So it's like, I would say it's like those three. And then the other ones are like people return from injuries that we didn't think would come back, but that's different.
Yeah.
But
it's very different.
I do want to ask people like what their favorite return is. So I might make that a TikTok thing.
For sure. I mean, y'all know mine. I mean, CM Punk returning was, I mean, bro, even him returning to AEW was something crazy. Like, I just thought, bro, was done. Like, it got to a point where I was like, okay, when he came out on Fox, I thought him and WWE maybe made up. And maybe that's what Triple H was talking about whenever they tried in the past and it didn't work out.
But I think because Vince was still there.
Yeah, that is also true. Vince was still there at the time. And it's like, okay, once I saw him on Fox and then he came out and was like one of his rare tweets, of course, and was like, you know, not coming back, y'all. I was like, okay, damn. Him coming back to AEW was something special, and then him coming back to WWE is even more special. And it's not even about them coming back. It's just like exactly where your mind went. Your mind went straight to the potential matches that you can get, potential
and she's
more legacy, and she's full time. So it's like when Punk came back, dude. I mean, obviously he's had a long like period of time with Seth Rollins, whatever. But I got to see a Seth Rollins, Roman, and Punk main event match. I got to see Cena and Punk again. Like, hey man, I'm not seeing Punk and AJ. That's crazy. That's crazy. So it's been nice, and for AJ Lee, like she finally gets to be the star that she was, bro. Like that's
she gets to get her flowers.
It's amazing for her. I'm happy for her, and I'm happy for fans that cherish her more than I did. I saw people getting backlash because they were like maybe shedding tears on stream or whatever, and I'm like, bro, this woman changed. This woman changed a whole genre of wrestling for people. Literally, this is like Michael Vick for young African American kids that wanted to be a quarterback. This is like Serena Williams for young ladies that want to pick up a tennis racket. This is one of those
AI.
Things. This is AI with cornrows
for
on
smaller
the bench.
people.
It's one of them things. It's culture setting, And
Yeah.
this woman, the women y'all love now, Rhea, Bianca, the Jades, the Livs, bro, they're here because of AJ Lee, bro. It's
Like
just that simple.
He'll Live is AJ Lee.
They say the same promo.
The exact same things.
They say the same promo. So hey,
Roxanne, when she first came in, was wearing plaid and her gear. Who did that? AJ
shout
Lee.
shout out Roxanne, because she was on Twitter standing on business pretty much. So there was a guy that tweeted, AJ Lee has the greatest women's wrestling return in history. She went and quote tweeted and said, in wrestling history.
Wrestling. Thank you.
And we gotta start establishing that. And I'm glad that we talking about this.
It happened on a SmackDown too, like a regular SmackDown, not a Raw after WrestleMania, not a PLE. That shit happened on a SmackDown.
On a SmackDown, bro. On a SmackDown.
With 2 days to 3 days notice.
And like y'all said, it was pre-spoiled. And it was still the most it's tied with her husband, funny enough, as the most viewed. So, and it was Punk's was a surprise, and hers was pre-known.
Yes.
Like we always say on the show, levels. All right. It's levels.
Facts.
You give this woman her flowers, appreciate the run she's about to take us on. Like The Rock says. He said, enjoy the ride The Rock about to take you on, and we ain't seen him. Let's enjoy the ride AJ Lee about to take us on. There's plenty of opponents. There's plenty of stories. And I'm happy for wrestling fans. And like I said, I'm happy to see AJ Lee. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the biggest AJ Lee fan in the world. There's people that truly understand what she brings to the business. So don't judge people about
facts,
shedding tears, man. This is I don't know. This is groundbreaking stuff. So I'm excited for this episode. And since we're talking about women's wrestling and the importance of women's wrestling, we're doing a potentials draft later. And it's not separated by men and women. It's all how we value them as wrestlers in general. Maybe the wrestling world should pick up on the same thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Let's get into this episode, man, for sure. I'm excited for it. First things first. Hold on. Let me save that and bookmark that. First things first. Y'all know y'all been hearing me go on my rants. All right. Team Aldis over here. I'm still Team Aldis. Aldis got AJ Lee on his show. Pierce will have her on the show on Monday. So
I was about to say she gonna be on, bro.
I just felt like I had to get that out. You know what I'm saying? But there's been a lot of GMs. There's been a lot of successful GMs. There's been a lot of bad GMs. Me and Reek have to use our brain power, come together, agree on a top 3 GMs list. Now, I specified that they had to be a GM for multiple years. I mean, because there's a lot of one-offs, Shawn Michaels, et cetera,
Yeah, like the anonymous Raw GM days.
Yeah, the anonymous
like
Raw
special
GM
guest
days.
GM every week.
So we have Eric Bischoff, Teddy Long, Vicky Guerrero, William Regal of NXT, which is underrated. Kurt Angle,
very.
Adam Pearce, my GOAT Nick Aldis, as of right now. Ava, the Authority. Ooh, we hated the Authority, but they might have been good at their job.
Facts.
And Daniel Bryan, SmackDown Live. Y'all know that's one of my personal favorite days. And I feel like it was only right to include DB, even if it was only for 2 years. We don't care.
Yeah,
he's on there. He fits the criteria. So Reek,
Paige too. Paige was a GM for
and Paige. And Paige. Oh, I thought I had Paige on here. That's funny. Let's see. Because I think Paige did.
I don't know if she was multiple years. I don't know if she was.
I say, wasn't it like segmented?
Multiple years. She was the GM for probably less than a year, I would say. Or I wouldn't even say GM. She was just like the women's division part of it, I think.
Okay, that's a bit.
Because they were going at whoever the male GM was at the time, if I'm not mistaken, and then she started like being like the women's division's like GM or whatever. But I don't think it was that long.
I'm gonna place her outside of the club because I ain't even put Mick Foley in the club.
Yeah,
and I probably should have put him in the club, maybe because he was GM.
Miss Stephanie McMahon, SmackDown.
That's why I kind of threw her in with oh yeah, true, because she did do that a while back.
Yeah, she did it like the early years of SmackDown.
I kind of just wrapped her into the Authority though, because she ended up coming back later on as a much fiercer figure. So let's start with let's just break down their experience or how you felt about him at first.
Mhm.
All right. How did you feel about Bischoff when he was a GM? If we were really even like around for that for real.
Yeah, I mean that was like I think they brought him in like 05, maybe it was a little bit earlier than that. Maybe it might have been like 04. Didn't understand like the lore of like him being the guy for WCW and like getting brought over or stuff like that.
Mhm.
As far as like a heel GM, like he played his role perfectly. Like he played his role to where he had a match with Stone Cold. I feel like if you're able to be like if you're a heel GM and you're able to be an antagonist to the top guy, like I guess Vince McMahon could be thrown in there too of like all the years that he was like the go-to person on TV as like the GM role, but it wasn't like called a GM. Because they did like Shawn Michaels as a commissioner and stuff like that. But um, I think Bischoff just did a good job of playing his role of playing like the heel character, which he did for the most part in WCW as well. I just think they might have thought it was going to be a little bit different, but he didn't have as much power as he did in WCW as he did in WWE. So some of the stuff that he probably wanted to do, Vince was like, "Nah, we're not going that far," or "Nah, we're not doing all that." Um, but as far as like heel commentator, he's probably one of the best ones in my opinion.
For sure. For sure. Okay. Reeks take over Bischoff. We gonna move on. I'm gonna tag on Teddy Long, you know, Team SmackDown guy. I think we both Team SmackDown though. I
Yeah,
think. Okay, so
yeah.
we both Team SmackDown, but I might just be tripping on all this. I mean, I'm just mad at you, Pierce. I'm telling you, I'm mad at you until my dog returns. I'm gonna keep stressing it. Teddy Long, probably the longest active GM on here. Um, I feel like he will make our top three off principle, but Teddy Long was our childhood, y'all. I'm not gonna cap. Teddy Long was our childhood. It was not a time we didn't hear "Hold On, Player." There was not a time we didn't hear "You Gonna Be in a Match with the Undertaker." As far as what Teddy Long brought, though, he did a lot. Actually, I like how they incorporated him with Taker a lot and use him as a
Hmm.
boy, like kind of like when Taker was upset, he would kind of kidnap Teddy Long or make Teddy Long do what he does what he says, and it kind of added to the lore of like I'm gonna put you in a match with him because I got to do with him too
Hmm.
at the same time.
Right.
Um, I like how he dealt with Edge. He never let
Hmm.
Edge slide. On God,
Never,
he never let Edge
never.
slide. I love that. He was very punishable to the heels, which is cool if you're a face GM.
Hmm.
But at the same time, he never let his face champions just he never let them slide either. Like
Mm-mm.
you was gonna defend that belt. You was gonna defend that belt on SmackDown. If you over
Facts.
there playing around on Raw, okay, bet you gonna put up that belt when you get back on SmackDown. So
Hmm.
I definitely like the way Teddy was rocking. Um, yeah, man. I think he was goated. If I had to give him a rank at the moment, I'm gonna give Teddy a S rank. That's me personally.
For
What
sure.
would you give Bischoff though? I forgot to ask you what would you rank him?
For Bischoff, I would say probably an A, because he did
A
do a
tier.
lot of good stuff. Like he was able to, like my favorite Survivor Series is 2005. It was Bischoff versus Teddy Long in terms of like GMing. And I think they played a huge part in me enjoying the lead up to the storyline of like we've seen it now over the years where like Raw and SmackDown invade and the GM send them out. But
Right.
like when they was invading back then, it was like, and they really invading because once the brand split happened and it really went into the full brand split, we didn't see guys on
For
the other
real.
shows.
For
So
real.
when those guys actually start showing up, and Bischoff was like, "Yeah, go get this guy," and then you see them like they met up in a parking lot, and it was all five on each team, and it was like, but then you even had like Bischoff. He had his own Survivor Series team against was Stone Cold's team, I think, in like 2004. So he always was able to bring in something different. Like he had who was it? Jamal and Rosie with the just going out there beating people down. Um when they try to make Stephanie McMahon do like that one um I don't want to say what the segment was, but I don't know if you remember what they were trying to do to her during one segment where they had women
Of course.
normally, and then it was like,
Course.
"Oh, Stephanie, here you go with the yeah." Um, But
They
I
was
would say
doing
Eric
some out
Bischoff
of
A
pocket
tier.
things, bro.
Yes,
Some
bro.
out of
Yes.
pocket
And
things, bro.
this was in a time where this is like 2004, 2005. So it's like it's pretty notable at that point to adults at
Right.
least. Like it's not like something that people like when you said in like 1998, 1999 that people was like, we don't really see them. No, at that time you was seeing that in like real life, everyday life. So
Yeah, for
it
sure.
was crazy to still be doing that on TV at that time. But I'll put Eric Bischoff in the A.
Absolutely. Nah, that's fitting. I feel like that's fitting. I feel like he's one of the better ones on this list though. As we go down. I'm gonna hit you with one that I'm curious on your thoughts. And I think you're gonna be excited to explain this era. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go with Regal in his NXT era, because I know you loved some of your favorite matches are during that era. So how did you feel about Regal and how he had things coordinated? And
I love Regal. I fucking love Regal. Like, I think he might be number one for real, for real. Like, he's definitely S tier for me. I think the way he was able to be authority to anybody, it didn't matter who it was, and they never stepped to him. Like Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens. Like, if William Regal told your ass get to the back, they was leaving. Like, it wasn't no conversations. Like, and he never came out on TV and didn't like and just ruined time or took up time. Like, if he came out and he had something to say, he came out while people was arguing or fighting, said what he needed to say, and everybody stopped and listened. Like, he just had that authority. And granted, these are younger guys that are not on the main roster, so it's a little bit different. But it's also at that time, it was a lot of guys that had been established in the company and been established in wrestling. So for them to stop and listen to what he was saying was big. And I think he gets extra points because he had a big role in bringing a lot of those guys there and women there. Of like, he was the guy that was going out and doing talent relations and going out and scouting talent in the indies and overseas and all these different places and bringing these people in. And then he played an integral role on TV. Everybody knows the War Games, that, everything that he did on TV had a purpose. Like, he never was out there just to be out there. Like, he didn't go out there for, like, there wasn't always a contract like signing match. Like, when it was for big stuff. Like, when he was out there, it was for something big. It wasn't out there just to be out there. So he's an S tier for me.
S tier, absolutely. And I was just writing down our answers here. So we got A for Bischoff, y'all, so far. S for Teddy. S for Regal. I definitely believe Regal is an S because of, bro, he's still talked about to this day. Like, the impact of his era is talked about to this day. And even the matches that took place during his GM era. So I definitely like that. I'm gonna tackle Vicky Guerrero real quick. Now, I think she's in the A because of heel work, specifically, like you said. Dog, that woman drove everybody insane. To the point, like you said in a previous episode, bro, she was so insane, we forgot she was Eddie's wife. That is insane. Now, her kissing the Big Show and Edge was out of pocket. That's why you're not S. Because that right there, I don't want to ever see that again. You almost found yourself in B. I'm not going to lie. But I had to bump you up to A because you was also in the custody match. You also helped out my dog Ray. So I got to give you some credit. As far as your work, as far as the times on SmackDown during that time, I ain't gonna say every episode was a hit. I'm gonna say some episodes were repetitive because we saw a lot of Cena. We saw a lot of all that. Cena was coming from Raw over there to do some nut shit. So you was letting people invade your show, take out the champ. You also blocked people from the championship. You was banning moves. Yeah, you might be B.
So she was banning Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
Didn't ban the spear.
Ban the spear.
When Edge turned on it, yeah.
She was banning moves. She blocked Batista from the belt. Like, I don't know, dog.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. I'm gonna say for the heel work, you're gonna stay in A, but character you might be B. So I'm gonna
No, for
say
sure.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say B.5. How about that? We're gonna say B
B
and a half.
plus.
B plus. We're gonna call you a B plus, Ricky. How about that?
The B plus player.
B plus player. Off real. All right. Great. I'm gonna give you your choice who you want to go next. You have Kurt Angle, Pierce, Aldis, Ava, Authority, Daniel Bryan.
I'm gonna go with my dog Pierce, man.
Pierce. They gonna defend Pierce at the moment.
So let's give Pierce some flowers, man.
For sure.
When nobody else was on TV as an authority figure, Pierce was. At one point, he was Raw and SmackDown until they brought in Aldis, and that was like after like 2 years. COVID time, just Adam Pierce.
Just him.
Even a little bit before COVID was just Adam Pierce. Adam Pierce, and he didn't even have like a real role yet. They never even said he was a GM. He was just the official, and he was like, and that's official. That was it. But anytime something happened and somebody needed to say something to somebody, it was Adam Pierce. Adam Pierce came out when somebody was doing something crazy. He came out when people was going too far. Everybody know the Ronda Rousey promo. Like, Adam Pierce has been an authority figure for longer than people realize. And I think it's hard for certain guys, especially a guy like Adam Pierce, who we didn't see really wrestle. Like, he was great on the indies and stuff like that, but we didn't really see him. Like, I've seen Nick Aldis. Like, I know what he did in TNA. I know what he did on the indies because it was a little bit more of my time. Adam Pierce was also great, but we didn't see it. So people don't have the same kind of like respect for him in terms of like, oh, he could do this if somebody say something to him. Like when Nick Aldis got brought up, as soon as he got mentioned as a GM, we was like, oh, he might, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him because that's Nick Aldis. That's Magnus. Like he's former world champion, like da like all this other stuff. But when it comes to Pierce don't get the same respect, even though he was really great too. So I think for him to be able to change really his whole life and just flip it, it's kind of like Corey Graves, like couldn't wrestle, so he became a commentator. Like Adam Pierce, like couldn't wrestle, couldn't wrestle, so he was like, all right, I'll go to this role. And then they were like, hey, we're gonna put you on TV, see how it works, see how it goes. And things worked out well, and he's made it through like multiple regimes. I think that's the biggest thing for him is like, I don't know if Nick Aldis would have been here with Vince, but Adam Pierce was able to be here when Vince was here, when Vince left, then when Vince came back, and then when it was fully Triple H. It's like he's been through all of these different things, and I think you can look at different moments and be like, okay, like, yeah, he definitely looked like a punk here, but somebody has to. Somebody, like, you can't have the dude come out there overpowering a Braun Strowman or a Bronson Reed or a Braun Breaker, because then if it looks like, all right, they can be tamed, all right, they can be stopped. Now, we could all, like, we've seen in the past where people are like, all right, I told you calm down, and maybe somebody steps up for them, or they do have a match. Like we've seen Eric Bischoff have a match, we've seen Teddy Long have matches. Granted, they weren't good or anything like that, but even like with Kurt Angle, like Kurt Angle's like, hey, bro, like we can line it up. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think they'll ever do that with Adam Pierce. I think a lot of people think they'll do it with Aldis, but I think Adam Pierce doesn't get his just due. But I will put him in the A category.
For sure, man. You know what, Pierce? Since we ranking GMs, I'm gonna rock with the A, man. See, I'm just mad at you, bro. Like, I'm just mad at you, bro. It's a love-hate relationship, dude. I promise you, because you was there when Roman was getting right. You was there at the start of that. You was letting my dog slide. Like, you let my dog hit Kevin Owens with a golf cart. I'm not gonna lie. I was rocking with that. But now you let my dog get stomped out. So now it's you see where
it's only fair.
It's only fair, but you see where it lies. Y'all see where it lies. I'll still give you an A, especially because of your work that you did between Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed during their feud. I did like that backstage promo.
Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed too.
Yeah, he handles rivalries pretty well. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. It's just when factions get involved, he's cooked.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's a lot of people for you to try to.
Yeah, I mean, it
definitely is. Like with the bloodline, you can say it, but if they really on that timing, you can't do a thing. Them dudes is huge. Ain't nothing you can do if the bloodline say, "Oh, we on that."
Nah, they don't even say we own that. They say we own that.
They
nigga.
just are.
they say we own that, nigga. I'm like, whoa, y'all can say that? I guess. Not really. I don't know why y'all be spamming, but it's like that shit funny, man. Nah, Pierce is very good. And it speaks volume that they had him do Netflix. Obviously, you have to be great at your job to do Netflix. You have to be prepared. You have to be liked. And obviously he was longest tenured. So, bro, shout out to him. He the OG of the new era GMs. And I see him being our new Teddy Long, low key.
I was about to say he's been there for a long time, actually, because he was there when it was him and Sonya, and that was much before COVID.
Yeah, he's
that was like maybe 20.
I'll say
maybe
like,
early 2019.
But when he's main, probably early 2020 as main, just him running SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I would say about 5 years, 5.5.
Yeah. That's a long time for a GM.
Because Teddy was GM for like 7 years, like for real.
Yeah, it felt like forever. I mean, there was times where they moved him out and brought in Vicky, and then moved out Vicky and brought him back. So like, if you do their time and combined, they probably don't have as long, because Teddy was probably like 04, because Stephanie was the GM on SmackDown for a good minute. Then they went to Kurt Angle and Heyman. Then they went to Teddy Long for probably like 4 or 5 years before Vicky came in. And then Vicky was it probably 3-ish. So, but then they brought Teddy Long back. So it's like,
that boy
in total, he probably did end up like closer to like 7-8 years.
For sure. I can respect that. I might as well tackle my boy all this Cash Money, all this big money, A. You feel me? All this. Same reason for Pierce, though, on the low. You let my dog do whatever he want on your show. Not really, though, because you definitely was trying to take it to the bloodline. Like Rick said, though, ultimately, they dogs. They did what they want to do. As far as, like, all this, I like the business things he does, bro. Like I said, SmackDown acquiring Sami Zayn for LA Knight is a fleece. I don't care. We fleeced y'all on Raw. If you're a Raw fan, we fleeced y'all. Straight robbery. Now, my dog also took it. Now, he don't be on TV. I blame Triple H. I don't blame Aldis. I ain't gonna lie. Aldis be trying. He also drafted Melo #1. We have to give him some type of credit for that. We have to. So he sees potential. I like that about him. He also let Trick Williams invade on his show. I like that as well. There's a lot of things that all this allows that I like. As far as character, like you said, he didn't quite change his whole. I mean, he did change his persona. I mean, but people do still expect him to wrestle, so not quite to the degree of Pierce. I'll say that's like half a point on that. What else does? I mean, I'm trying to think also what he does good, because the episodes be nasty. That's the thing that's what I'm trying to think about all this. The episodes be kind of nasty. The episodes be nasty. The tag team situation still sticky, my brother. We've been kind of carouseling that a little long. You do give them opportunity to go out there and do their thing, though. I will say that. I will say that. You give them a lot of opportunities to do things. I'm trying to think about on the other front. Like, I'm trying to think on the women's front. That'd be kind of that's kind of garb too, my brother. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm thinking all this in my head, I think I'm liking you because you was letting my dog do whatever he wanted on the show. I think that's really what it is. And now that we come to that, which Pierce did do originally. I'm
in the most important time of it.
I'm gonna give you a B for now, all this, because your tenure is not as long as Pierce's. I do like the business side. I do like the character. You really not a punk, though. Now I know somebody has to be a punk, but you really not a punk. What I'm not liking though is, bro, how are we not seeing through the mid shit yet? That's something that I'm not going with. You see you see my man's Melo trying, bro, to get his one-on-one fade, and you kind of playing. Now that Sami Zayn doing the open challenge, I need you to go out there. Now,
Yeah.
All this, don't gatekeep. If you start gatekeeping, I might be Team Pierce. I'm always Team SmackDown though, but I might convert on you. Y'all see what Young Thug
He
doing
also
right now?
he also let Pierce steal Braun Breaker.
I mean,
because he had got Braun Breaker. He had signed into the show right before the draft.
He did.
And then Pierce went and drafted him real early, so he stole him back. So it's like and then he was able to get Penta. That's it. Pierce was able to get Rusev.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Was able to bring in Roxanne.
I ain't gonna lie. Look. I can't blame all this, bro. He competing with Netflix. I can't blame him for that though. I can't blame him for that, bro. Come on, bro. They got Penta, Roxanne. They got Liv. They finna have AJ Lee. They got Rhea. They want me to send out me, Chin, and B-Fab.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wildin'. What am I gonna do? You know what? All this, I ain't gonna switch up on you. Matter of fact, I never switch up on you, bro. I ain't gonna switch up on you, bro. I'm gonna keep my word. As long as we do this pod, I'm gonna be Team Aldis, and y'all can reference episode 55. Y'all can reference episode 55. I'm gonna stand on that. This is,
right.
And you wanna know why I stand on that? Because I don't expect Roman to go back to SmackDown, so I ain't got to deal with no BS. We good. Bro, he got Roman too.
All this get a lot of his top guys be getting taken out now. Let's keep it up. Randy then got taken out multiple times. Cody got taken out multiple times. Like that's your money makers. You be letting them get put out. Like not just put out for some time. Randy done missed a lot of time twice.
Look, bro, we can't. Bro, that's Drew, bro. Drew was doing the same thing on Raw. You feel me? Like, look. Look, though.
And when he did, what you say?
That's tough. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop him, bro. Look. All this trying to do the right thing, though. I mean, he put Randy and Drew in the match. If Randy get hurt in that match, you just got faded up. Can't be mad. Now, Cody, I ain't gonna lie, Cody. That's tough. No, I ain't seen Cody.
The company, you
I ain't seen Cody in a grip
multiple times. Just saying.
He need to stop going out there and saying, what do you want to talk about? Stay in that bus.
Now he can't even do a show.
No, let me quit playing, man. Let me quit playing because Roman be out there talking some acknowledgement. You got his shoes took. I'm glad we kind of got him back. We got 2 shoes. It's whatever. Who the next GM, man? Let's get it. Let's go. Well, all this, I gave you a B. I'm not going to lie. You know what, Reek? Let's go with Ava. Go ahead and go with Ava. We might as well get the modern day out the way.
I think she's the perfect GM for what NXT is now. Someone that's young, someone that can understand all them and understand like most of their gripes and what they're trying to do. But she's also somebody that, since she's the same, like around the same age as most of them, she isn't going to take anything, or she's not going to be confused or tricked by anything. And she does like present authority. Like there's not people that really like try to go at her or make her look bad or make her sound bad. Like the only time we saw that was with I forget Brett's name. He got released. Eddie Thorpe. That's really the only guy. Everybody else, like if she say something, they just kind of go with it. Like nobody really like tries to check her or anything like that. So I think she deserves a lot of credit too, because she's not someone that was like, I mean, she technically grew up in the business, but she really didn't, because The Rock was out of it for a long time. And then when she decided she wanted to become a wrestler, she did it. She was on TV. It didn't, work out like originally, like how maybe people had thought it would. So she kind of like pivoted. Not to say she'll never get back in the ring, but she pivoted to a role that fits her. Like she's able to talk, but she's able to still train and get better, and maybe eventually get to a spot where she can be an in-ring wrestler, an in-ring competitor. Um, but I think for somebody that's like new to the business, relatively new, like it'd be like if Dom's sister Ray's daughter, like after 2 years, became the GM and was really good at it. Like that's kind of how I look at it. Is like she wasn't really in the business, but she's still doing a really good job of being that person on TV that like is supposed to be the authority figure because again, she is young. So like some people be like, nah, bro, she's too young. Like you can't tell me what to do. But no one ever like. Rarely do we have to see Shawn Michaels. Is my thing because
Right.
there's we don't have to see Triple H on our main roster, so we shouldn't have to see Shawn Michaels, even though we know Shawn Michaels is the guy that's like doing creative and all that. Like when we see Triple H, that's when we know like, oh shit, it's like it's some real shit. When we see Shawn Michaels, we know it's some real shit. So it's like if it ever gets to that point, we get it, but it doesn't get to that point very often. So I think Ava, she's probably a B, but I do think she deserves a lot of credit for what she's done over the last couple of years.
How does she? How does she? I mean, hey, there's some things that be going on the show. Dark State be going
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Over
Yeah,
50 throwing people from the ring through a table.
that's in a match.
That is in the match, but I'm just saying, I thought that was hilarious. We never talked about that.
No, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. I meant to.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I said check on him immediately because that is nuts.
I was like, that's because when he did it, when he went to throw him, I was like, what he about to throw him? He lost his ass. I can't lie.
I can't lie. I was amazed by the strength. I didn't even know that was. I don't know.
Facts.
How does things go on in NXT? How do you feel like things operate? How do you think?
I think there's a little bit of chaos, but that's to be expected considering they're all very young, very up and coming people that want to get to the top. But I don't think it's like because even when Rigo was the GM, the parking lot still was not a safe place to be. Even if they didn't actually get hurt there, like we saw Hideo Itami get hurt there. Um, there's a couple other people that got hurt, but I remember Hideo Itami had gotten hurt back there because they had Kevin Owens walk past and they're like, "Oh, was it Kevin Owens?" It ended up just being somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Um, so I would say like Dark State really ain't nothing she could do about that. Like to be honest, like
they just some YNs.
And if you think about it, they're probably the best possible or like the worst possible people to try to stop. You want to know why? Because they used to be security guards. So they know where everybody gonna be. They know what everybody gonna do. They know everything already. Which they talked about that in a promo, which I love. They talked about how many stars had to be security guard. They're like, if you want to be a star in the WWE, you gotta be a security guard first, or you gotta be security first. And they showed all these different people that were security at one point. And I was like, damn, that's a lot of people. Like I've seen a good bit of people, but there were some people I saw and I was like, damn, it was okay. They showed Mello. I remember Mello. I remember Trick. I don't know if they showed Oba, but there was a couple people I saw and I was like,
there was half of them. There was half of them where I was like, it's AI. Because I was like,
but I remember seeing Dion Lennox for a long time because he's been there for a little minute. And I remember seeing him like over and over. And I was like, I'm like Jason Jordan.
Because he's very distinct with it, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, man.
But I think she does a good job as far as like keeping things pretty much under wraps. Like she hasn't let Jordan Grace get her hands on Blake Monroe over the last couple of weeks. She doesn't really let people get attacked. Now I will say the Javon Evans thing looks kind of bad, but again, she doesn't have. I mean, she has what's his face? I forget her name. She has the one guy that's like her assistant or whatever, but he not forcing no authority. I forget her name. He was with Chelsea Green when she was in NXT.
Just hold up 1 second.
What's up?
Your screen kind of froze for a second, and the audio stopped. So I just want to make sure. Say something now.
Yo.
All right, go ahead.
Is it bad?
Well, it's now it's like we got a delay because like now I'm talking, but now the response is like 3 seconds, not even 3 seconds.
All right, let me leave and come back. See what happens.
That's it. In the meantime, y'all, I'm gonna chill here. We gonna jam out. Is that cool? Ducky, quack, quack. Hold up. One more time. One more time. One more time. Ducky, quack, quack. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reek back in the building. We just had a dance break while you was going. I ain't gonna lie. Soon, y'all, I'm gonna try to get glamour added on here, man. I ain't gonna lie, because we got a new jam track.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get it on him. It's been a while since I updated our soundboard, but hey, we still got the necessities in here. As long as I got this, that's really all I need. I ain't gonna lie, that's my favorite one, as y'all know. It looped. My fault, y'all. It looped on me. Well, damn, I lost my train of thought, but I feel like that's a good point to move to. Shout out Ava, official B rating. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle something real quick. I'm gonna maybe give my first surprise ranking to some people. I'm gonna give Daniel Bryan an S, y'all. I'm gonna give Daniel Bryan an S. Now, let me tell y'all why. Listen, now, if you was around during the SmackDown Live era, it was initially Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan running the show. And as y'all know, bro, we don't see Shane McMahon too often. So for Daniel Bryan to be behind Shane McMahon and still be able to be looked at as the main authority figure on the show over a McMahon, that's pulled. You also had AJ Styles. Let's not forget, at that time during the draft, Raw low-key had all the youngins. I'm not gonna say all the youngins, but they had the young kind of stars, potential stars. We low-key on SmackDown Live, we had AJ. That's a huge pull. But we also had an older John Cena. We had an older Randy Orton. We had, Shinsuke was fresh. I'm not gonna lie, but still, some people didn't know Shinsuke for real. Some people didn't watch NXT for real, so they didn't know Shinsuke. So Daniel Bryan had some weird stuff to work with. He had some weird stuff to work with. He had James Ellsworth to work with, which was Type's poop. I can guarantee y'all he didn't ask for that. I can guarantee that. He also made Dean Ambrose very important. I'm not gonna lie. Dean Ambrose was super important. I'm not saying he wasn't important before, but I ain't gonna lie. WWE champion important. I don't know if I ever seen that. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. I loved it, bro. I loved it. During SmackDown Live, the Intercontinental Championship was booming. The WWE Championship was booming. Every title felt relevant on the show at the time. He even had a backstage promo with The Miz where I don't even know if at that point it was scripted or not. People say it was, it wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. But for that even to be that much of a blurred line, him as a GM is nuts. Now, he couldn't even get back in the ring at that point. So people were sad about that. But he still put himself in a position to be in things, be involved, be in everything. Like his morale could have been trash on the show. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Y'all got to think about what that man was going through. His morale could have been trash.
Thanks.
But he was a GM for the people. Oh, y'all want to see AJ Styles and John Cena on this SmackDown? Say that. Y'all want to see that? Yes, yes, yes. Say that. Y'all got it. We got what we wanted on SmackDown Live all the time. And that's probably why that's one of my favorite eras of WWE in general. It probably is my favorite era of WWE in general, which is crazy to say. Like, I feel like if somebody was to ask me on the street, they'd probably be like, what? Because it was only like a 2-year span. But for that 2 years, it was a strict brand split. And Daniel Bryan had his roster. I promise you I was tapped in at all times. I got to give my dog an S. I have to. Which may be surprising to people at home. Maybe not surprising to me.
It was a little surprising to me at first.
Okay,
but
that makes sense.
I just went and looked at some stuff, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. Because I couldn't remember how long he was the GM. But he was the GM until 2018. So
some 5, bro.
Yeah.
Look at SmackDown when he left, y'all.
He did do a lot during that SmackDown Live term. Yeah. The SmackDown Live time was definitely elite. Like, it made a lot of their stars. Like, they're not still in there, but it made I don't say it made, but it gave Alexa Bliss the opportunity, gave Becky Lynch the opportunity, it gave Naomi the opportunity, it gave Carmella the opportunity, it gave even Natalya the opportunity to be a world champion. Like, it opened the door for so many different wrestlers on that show. Like, even Heath Slater was a big part of the show. Rhino had another run. Baron Corbin was a big part of the show. Like, it just opened up so many doors, and it felt like SmackDown from 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. And I think that was the perfect place to put Daniel Bryan, because he would have fit on Raw because of Daniel Bryan, but he was perfect for the SmackDown, because if he was in the WWE in the early 2000s, he would have been on SmackDown.
It's just the fact, like, bro, he was also dealing with a big man beside him who was, I'm just gonna keep it a stack, who was kind of dealing with identity crisis issues. I'm not gonna say identity crisis, but daddy issues, wanting his dad's approval, throwing himself in matches, blah blah blah, whatever. Dealing with all that, putting your best foot forward, also dealing with your neck injury.
I was about to say neck injury, kid, like they had a kid in the middle.
A lot going on. And you went out there and
Brie wasn't with the company no more, I don't think.
At all. That's what I'm saying. You weren't even like with your wife at the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I say he was going through a lot, but you're going through a lot. Like, your Brie is essentially taking care of Birdie by herself. Not by herself, but like she's all the way in, I forgot where they stay, some small town.
Washington, I think.
Some small town, right? And then you all the way traveling.
They may have moved somewhere else.
That's also true. She could have been there, but I feel like SmackDown Live, that's back when they was doing stupid dates. Like,
and it was on Tuesdays. So it wasn't like Monday to Friday. It was doing you Raw on Monday, Tuesday, SmackDown, and then they was doing live events like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I feel like
it was a nutty schedule, and
which they don't even do live events like that anymore.
Nah, they cut that down, bro. You know, Roman got up there and he was like, I'm not doing all that. Nah, it probably wasn't even him, bro. It's probably a multitude of wrestlers.
Collective.
Y'all are like killing us, dog.
Like, for certain people, like for some people, it's like, all right, you're in front of crowds, you're able to continue to get better. Some people, they've been doing it for so long, like, it's only gonna help you so much.
For sure.
Like, I think for somebody like Dom, when he came up and he like just went to the Judgment Day, I think that was huge for him then. I think Roxanne like does well with those, but not everybody needs it, I don't think.
For sure. Now the house shows are dope. On the live shows are dope because it's pretty much ran by the talent on the low. Like, they pretty much get to do what they want when they go out there. Next up, I mean, this I feel like this is brief, but Kurt Angle. It was brief.
He was all right, but they kind of just nerfed him.
Yeah.
They made him seem like he was just some comedy character, and he did really good comedy when he was an actual wrestler. But this just felt different. Like, it felt similar to like Mick Foley. Like, they just made them like kind of like jokes of a character, to where like Mick Foley was, doing whatever Stephanie McMahon said. Triple H was out there like making them look like they were less than. So yeah, the Raw GM version of Kurt Angle, probably
C. And while you at it, since I know you hated this group as a kid, we all did. Collectively, the Authority. How are we feeling? Together, we both hated them.
Fortunately, it's an S because of how much I hate them.
It is an S. It is an S. They have the best. There's always a plan B. Anytime I hear plan B in WWE now, I can't even look at it the same.
Literally.
I cannot look at it the same.
Literally.
It's an S tier. They were annoying. They oppressed Daniel Bryan. They turned Seth against the world. It was nasty times, bro. They even had Laurinaitis, bro.
Dolph.
Oh, God. They was even rocking with Laurinaitis, bro, and he was right.
That Best for Business shit, that was like the most annoying shit I've ever heard, bro. That and $9.99.
Chill, because we missed $9.99.
No, I enjoyed the WWE Network, but hearing them
What's
say
up?
$9.99
Yeah.
every single week, multiple times, like $9.99 for $9.99. Like we get it, gang. Like damn. But the best for business shit, like oh, I don't think that's best for business. Oh, this is best for business, and it'd be like Kane versus Roman, and this is corporate Kane. Like nobody asked for that. See, I'm getting mad all over again. Like they
S
definitely
tier,
S tier
man.
because I
S
hated
tier.
them.
As a collective, we must agree on the top three. Restless Wrestling has to have a top three GM, so that way we can let people know.
Me
So,
personally, I have no order. I have Regal, Teddy, Authority.
Regal, Teddy, Authority. I agree on Teddy. I agree on Authority. And I can actually agree with Regal because he had a longer tenure than DB. I can say that. Because DB would be my third, only because of the times. But that era of Regal, I mean, he breathed so many stars, bro. What can you do? Like, what can you do? I think that's a consensus top three. I think that's pretty fairly easy. That's pretty fairly easy. I could agree. Shout out Daniel Bryan. You are my honorable mention.
Pierce are in there. Yeah, I think they have a good argument.
For sure. All right, y'all. Moving on. We done talking about the people that make the decisions. Now we're talking about people who make decisions that we not feeling. And y'all know that's our favorite segment of the week. As you know,
I'm not feeling it.
Look at our dog right here. Dumb.
I'm not feeling it.
Hey, you know that will never get old for me, bro. I swear to God. But y'all, we not feeling it, man. I'm trying to get this off the screen now. Y'all trust. That's a whole another different thing. Not feeling it. First up, Matt Riddle. We were gonna touch on it a little bit Friday, but we did not because we didn't even want to put any bad soil on AJ Lee's return. We didn't want any negativity around AJ Lee's return. We wanted clear mind for a full reaction, you know? So for anybody that doesn't know, Matt Riddle was on a podcast wherever he was doing the interview. He mentioned AJ Lee's name in a manner that we do not encourage any man speak about a woman. He said she got around, and that's where maybe her success lies. He also allegedly scammed, maybe not even allegedly, but he scammed a wrestling promotion out of an appearance. So not a good weekend for Mr. Riddle. Reek, are you feeling Mr. Riddle or not?
Hell no.
Hell no.
This is when we get to a point where people just need to shut the hell up. And I'm never gonna be somebody that like, oh, shut up and dribble, shut up and wrestle, whatever. But there are certain people that every time they talk, they say something stupid, and it just makes whatever they're trying to do worse and worse. Like for all the things that have happened with certain people, we're gonna get to another person later on in this segment. But like for somebody like Riddle, who had the ability to be one of the top guys in WWE, ruined that multiple times. And then even when he left, we've seen, okay, if you do things the right way when you leave and you fix things up, maybe there's a potential you come back. He has burned every bridge that he could possibly burn. Like when you do that to an indie show, to an indie company who had already paid you, and then you're like, I can't show. And it was for a charity. Like it was for the I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to say but I'm pretty sure it was for domestic violence, and then it was for homeless military. Yeah. So the show was raising money for charity in support of survivors of domestic abuse and homeless veterans. He no-showed
and you dubbed
and
that?
ripped off that show, that company.
Yo.
Like, are we dead ass? That's what we're doing?
Yo.
And you had the nerve to come out and say something about AJ Lee who you don't know. You don't even know CM Punk. So to come out and say, like, yeah, I heard, da, 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 Who told you that? And why would it matter? We know it to not be true, but why would it matter? Because how many dudes in wrestling have gotten around? That ain't mattered for them, but since it's a woman, it matters now. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm not trying to hear none of that. And this is my last thing, and then I'll let you go. We've seen people make mistakes and be able to come back from them, like Jeff Hardy, RVD. And there's a guy that really got written off really, really quickly that everyone had high hopes for. And I think he personally is going, yes, I think he personally is going about it the right way. I don't know if he'll ever get back to WWE, but he's going about it the right way of not like forcing the issue. He's not going out saying anything crazy. He's just doing his own thing. Certain people like Riddle, Ryback, you leave and you just start talking crazy. Like you're not just bitter that you got dropped from a company and then no one else wanted to pick you up. Because I'm sure Riddle was like, oh, that's fine. I'll just go to AEW. I'll just go to da-da-da-da. I'll just go to... Nobody picked up the phone. When Ryback got released, there was no AEW, but TNA wasn't picking up the phone. Ring of Honor wasn't picking up the phone. New Japan wasn't picking up the phone. Like, there's a way to go about everything, and if you're not professional, it's a reason that Braun Strowman hasn't gotten picked up. And I'm not saying that he is a bad person or anything like that, but when he was in WWE and he was in his original run and he was getting to the top, he made a lot of comments about indies and those guys will never do this, these guys will never be that. And now look, you've been released twice in certain places that you could have been at and would have fit in, have not picked up the phone for you. So my thing is just like, just don't ever get too high, don't get too low. That's my thing. Because everything
how about this one?
Like that.
Just be a good human being, bro. How about that? Just learn how to accept your losses and turn them back into wins. You know, it's it's like hey, she, bro, look at CM Punk.
Yeah,
I don't understand why wrestlers do this. CM Punk was bro, he came from nothing. He got too high. He blew up. Was he treated fairly? No. Did he go about it the right way? No. That's how I say about Cam Newton, y'all. I'm a Panthers fan. Cam Newton, I love Cam Newton. Do the Panthers fans organization treat him right? Is there shit of Cam Newton in the stadium? No, not really, bro. They do him wrong. But also, you can't go in the media and say, bro, I was Carolina. I gave Carolina everything. And then also be like, I care more about my MVP than the Super Bowl. Bro, fans is not going to be on your side when you start talking like that. There's a thing to go. There's a way to go about things. Now, Riddle, scamming and lying on people you don't know, there is no recovery, brother. There is none. Now, you can speak on people. Now, if you come out in the media and be like, okay, I feel like when I was in WWE, bro, Seth Rollins kind of talked to me crazy. He kind of did me wrong. Okay, maybe I can see that because y'all actually work together. But when you speak, first of all, let me tell y'all something that I hate. And this is just real life words. You as a man, why are you bragging and talking about other men handling business with a woman? If you talking about AJ Lee got around, if you not one of the men she got around to, why are you even talking about that? That does not make sense, bro. Bro, that does not make sense. That does not make sense at all, bro. At all. Bro, you went through a divorce, et cetera, et cetera. Seth Rollins brought up on TV. Bro, Seth Rollins brought up on TV. You was about to murder that man. But you about to talk about somebody else's wife like she's a whole object.
Thank you.
That's weird. Do we not think stuff is weird? Now, Reek is not the shut up and wrestle type. I promise you I am. Shut up and handle your business. Please. We do not care. If we never see another Matt Riddle match again, I promise you, we're straight. Bro, I didn't even like he was in WWE. The RK Bro shit was lame to me. I'm like, bro, why is Randy in a tag?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel that. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. If we
I liked him in NXT. I didn't really like him on the main roster.
Look, bro. If somebody called me and be like, "Yo, Matt Riddle on this PLE, he's supposed to return on this PLE," cool. Why?
Yeah, but yeah,
Why? That's even before your comments. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Call me
Yeah.
when Kevin Owens come back. I might get up
Facts.
then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm done on you, Riddle. You don't even deserve more than 5 minutes on the show, honestly. But
facts.
moving on to our dog Wade Barrett, man. There were some rumors that Wade Barrett's contract was up. There was rumors that Wade Barrett wasn't doing commentary anymore. Wade Barrett himself came out and said, "Y'all are delusional. I'm just taking time off for myself, you know, for family issues, family matters," which he definitely deserves. Wade Barrett does pressers, pre-shows, and commentary. That brother works hard
Yeah.
for this company.
100%.
So as far as that, y'all got to stop jumping the gun in the media, bro.
Yes.
Y'all have to stop jumping the gun. Let these
Journalists.
people, let these people live their actual lives. Be journalists. Stop being TMZ.
Thank you.
You don't have to rush to the story, you know, because when you rush to the story and then a wrestler comes back
hmm
and shuts down your story, guess what, bro?
You look crazy.
You just like
Yeah.
Riddle did. We don't want to see your report at that day at the top.
Mm-mm.
So, how you feel about that? And how do you feel about it's just gonna be Corey and Michael Cole for a while?
And Cole, yeah. I think part of it is Bella Twin stance. I think this is a little bit on Nikki, and that's not just to tell people to go argue and yell at Nikki or do anything derogatory, but I think this is a little bit on Nikki because there's no way that you see this man on Monday night. And granted, this all started from something that he said, which wasn't wrong at all. He literally said that if there was anyone in the match, Becky Lynch versus Nikki, that was desperate, it would be Nikki because she hasn't been in the spotlight for a long time. She's trying to get back to the top in an era where she was never really in, which is all true. But then she turned around and went on her podcast and said that she thought it was kind of weird that he would say it the way he said it, which again, I've listened to it multiple times. I don't think he said anything disrespectful, but the way that Michael Cole reacted, I think gave her a reason to be like, okay, maybe, because then Michael Cole tried to downplay Wade Barrett, which I thought was really weird because Wade Barrett said, like, we came up together. We came up FCW together. We got signed at the same time, same year. So everything they did, they came up at the same time. So he was like, we're the same age, everything like that. Michael Cole's like, oh, well, I don't look like the same age. Da, 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 da. Maybe that's why you're mad. See, when you do stuff like that, that shit's lame. And for somebody like Michael Cole, who is the head of that shit, that's lame as hell. Because just let him get off his take. It's not a crazy take. It actually made sense. It was true.
And before you
and Michael Cole does the same shit.
I was gonna say before you keep going, and that's the part that kind of surprised me about Michael Cole because, bro, you are the guru, you are the OG of this shit, bro. Becky Lynch said it in the promo. She literally said, Nikki, you are desperate in the promo.
Yes.
I mean, bro, it's like
that's what the conversation was about. Who's more desperate? He answered the question.
I don't know, bro. It's just like
what?
It's like, bro. I'm not gonna hate on Nikki Bella, but it's like, dog, the podcast stuff, it will get y'all in trouble, bro. I mean, it will get y'all in trouble when y'all get on these podcasts and y'all start talking about how you feel over what actually happened. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, how about talk to the person first and then go on the podcast? Be like, yo, wait, what did you mean? You have his number.
You have his number. It's a 2.5 hour show, and y'all got to get there a long time before that. You didn't see him one time. Can we stop acting like she only saw him do one time in the hallway, and that was the only time she saw him? And then she decided, I'm just going to talk to him on my podcast instead, knowing how her fans can be. And then they turn around and they start going that way, Barry, like, oh, I can't believe you would say this. And I'm like, I think y'all are looking at this out of context because if you actually go listen to what he said, he didn't say anything crazy at all. And he actually gave her flowers throughout the match to where I got angry because they kept making it seem like she was the trailblazer when she wasn't. And then when AJ came back, they switched it up and was like, oh, the trailblazer. No, don't switch it now. Because Michael Cole, you was glazing. First degree. Sunday. And then Friday, You was back glazing AJ. Nah, keep that same energy because when Wade said what he said, you was quick to jump in and be like, nah. It was true. It's the same for Cena. If he would have said it about John Cena, it would be the same thing because leading up to this retirement tour, he was getting his ass beat by everybody. Let's keep it a bug. He hadn't won a match in a long time.
He was losing.
So if Wade Barrett said about Cena, nobody was going to look and be like, yeah, I can't believe he said that about Cena. No, it would have been true. Nikki Bella's last singles match was Evolution 2018. That's 7 years ago. What are we talking about? She's been in Royal Rumbles. It's easy for people to come back and do one Royal Rumble and leave. To come back and do a match in Paris against one of the greatest of all time and Becky Lynch, that's a lot. There's a lot of pressure on her because there's already people that don't like her. There's already people that don't like Becky Lynch because of what she was doing. So it's a lot to put into that. So he was saying it's there. Like the reason that the pressure is on her is because of all of this. And then they turned into something completely different. If Nikki would have just walked up to him and talked to him on Monday, this would have never been a conversation. And his time off, he put in 9 months ago. So for anybody saying, oh, he put in time off like right after this happened. No, he put it in 9 months ago. Before the new year even started because it's September. So he either put it in January or he put it in December. That shit all. It's like these wrestling journalists, like they just want to get clicks so bad. And they take stuff from people because they're taking it from sites that make you pay to see what they're talking about. They pay it so that they can take it and put it on Twitter or put it on Instagram, or put it on TikTok. And sometimes they're out of context, but sometimes these journalists that they're taking it from also don't do their proper jobs or go through the proper channels to get these stories. That's a bigger issue too. It's like people and then the journalists. Like just be regular. Stop making everything such a huge deal. And again, a part of this is Nikki because if she would have just talked to dude in person, like y'all was at y'all, there was no way they weren't there at the arena for at least 6-7 hours because they get the show starts at 8. They probably get there around at least 5. Show don't until 10:30. There's still a lot you got to do. It ain't like show in, all right, everybody out. Like, people got to talk. People, there's no way she couldn't have just waited at the back. He's a commentator. You couldn't have just waited and talked to bro? I'm not trying to hear that. But yeah, this whole thing shouldn't even have happened.
Whole thing shouldn't have happened. Final verdict, not feeling the media, man. Not feeling the media on this one. Bryan Danielson, that man is joining the AEW commentary team. Quick thoughts on him. What does he bring? What could maybe perhaps go wrong? If anything goes wrong. I don't think anything will go wrong, but I think it'll be a good fit. He has so much IQ. Like, I think it'll fit. I'm kind of treating it like how Tom Brady was. For me, like, it's wrestling, but Tom Brady that first year, I wasn't really rocking because it was too, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then he got into it, and it was pretty well. So that's really what I want to know. How do you feel like he'll adjust to being a commentator?
He's done a good bit. I think he did most of what was their last one? Forbidden Door. He did most of Forbidden Door. The match he left for was the last one. He left for the last match, and he left for one of the matches that Jim Ross did, but I can't remember what specific match that was. But I think he does a great job. I think it's very similar to Nigel. He's just not a heel commentator. It's pretty similar to Taz, where they know moves, they understand the psychology and all of these different things. And I think just hearing his thought process behind things will help a lot of people, not just fans, but I think it'll help wrestlers too. If you're watching and you're listening, you're like, okay, like this is what he would think about in this, because he's already doing stuff backstage. He's already a part of the creative team. He's already producing and helping people here and there. So it's like, it makes sense to put him on TV or to keep him on TV just because, people are going to want to see him every week. And if he's there every week anyway, there's no reason to not put him on TV. Right. Granted, they already have a good bit of commentators. So I'm curious to see how they keep doing it, because they have Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, not Mauro, Nigel, Taz, now Bryan. So that's 5. And then you still have Jim Ross on certain matches on PLE. So it's like maybe he's Dynamite and then Taz, or like maybe it's Excalibur, Taz, Bryan on Wednesday, and then Saturday is Excalibur, Tony, and Nigel on Saturdays. Like, I don't know how exactly they're gonna switch it up because when I was watching last night, I didn't hear Bryan, so it was Nigel, Tony, and Excalibur. So maybe they do it something like that. But I think he'll be fine. I think Regal was on commentary for a little bit. It'll be kind of similar to him because when Regal was doing commentary on NXT, I thought he was really good too. So I think it just depends on how he goes about it and how serious he takes it. But I don't know him, but from what I've seen, I feel like he's going to go into it head first. I think CM Punk was really good on commentary too.
Yeah, learning about his work ethic.
Even though he was still playing his character.
Right. Yeah, I always enjoy when Punk gets on commentary because he's so like he's just brash, bro. He just says what he wants.
Exactly.
You know, somebody that's not afraid to say what they want. And we've heard her in the podcast world. We saw her do interviews. Mrs. Baddest Woman on the Planet. They used to call her, maybe still call her. I don't know. Mrs.
They shouldn't.
Rousey. Yeah, they shouldn't. Nunez probably the baddest woman on the planet till she die. For sure.
That part.
But Ronda says 2 things. She hated the Alexa Bliss feud because she didn't understand why she was phasing her. She was only phasing her because Alexa Bliss had high merch sales. Kind of dissed the creative and said, if that's y'all's reasoning, then I guess that's dumb. Also said WWE never let her be as good as she is, which that blew me. I ain't gonna lie when she said that one. But yeah, Reek, let's start with the Alexa Bliss thing. Does she have a point about the thought process?
No.
Okay.
Not in Alexa Bliss's case. Now, I don't think they've pushed people that are good in merch sales too far. I can't think of somebody that's like, damn, they pushed them too hard or too far. Like they pushed Ryback, but they didn't push him to be the world champion. They never were like, okay, yeah, he's great. Like he's very popular, but he's not gonna be the world champion. Even Braun Strowman was really over. I don't know what his merch sales were like because he didn't really have merch, but like I don't think they've ever pushed people too far and they didn't deserve it. Alexa Bliss was fantastic. I don't care what anybody has to say about Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss went from being a manager of a tag team to being a future Hall of Famer in terms of singles, like competitor. Like, and it was a very quick change too. Like it was 2014 and boom, she was in the ring and she was fantastic. Like she was able to take everything supernaturally. Like this is where I talk about like, and it's not to get back into the debate or whatever, but I think she became a student of the game and that's how she became good so early. Because if she had came in and she was just like, oh, whatever, but I think that has a lot to do with them still being like really high on teaching at NXT at that point. Like when she came in, it was still like there was a lot of coaches, there was a lot of promo people, like Dusty was promos, William was there, like there was a lot of people to help coach you. And again, she always talks about this, and everybody knows I love the Four Horsemen. They always talked about how there was kind of like people like separated, and she was still able to navigate that. Even though she was someone that struggled with mental health coming in, and still navigated through all that, and still put herself in the same category as them. When we talk about women's wrestlers of this era in WWE, she is in the same category as the Four Horsewomen. When you talk about accolades, she's there. When you talk about stature, popularity, she's there. Ability, she's there. So for Ronda Rousey to come out and say, oh, she just did it, they only put her in. No. Before you even got there, she had already been a multiple-time world champion.
I'm just going to say Alexa Bliss, honestly, debatably has the best range out of the Four Horsewomen in terms of character development and character work. Outside of that, all the Four Horsewomen pretty much stayed the same outside of Bayley.
I mean
Becky.
But Sasha's like the same character, just different. And it's like with Becky, like, I mean, she was Irish last kicker, but and then to the man, but the man is just
Becky now. Like it ain't
Yeah.
even like a character to me. So and Charlotte is Charlotte. Obviously, she the
Yeah.
queen. Gonna
Charlotte
probably
hasn't changed at all.
She ain't changed. So Alexa, we've seen, like you said,
Wow, a
cheerleader
lot of different
Alexa, Wyatt Alexa. We've seen Harley
Billy.
Quinn-esque
Yeah.
Alexa. We've seen face Alexa. We see what she's doing now.
I've seen her be a tag team with Nikki Cross. That was actually really fun.
It's
Like
a lot, bro.
she was able to do a lot more, definitely than Charlotte. I would even argue more than Becky. I think Bailey and Sasha were always able to do whatever they were given.
Right.
And that was kind of a negative for them in a way. But it wasn't for Alexa because she was just able to get on TV. Like Bailey and Sasha, Bailey and Mercedes looked at everything differently than Alexa does. Alexa's like, all right, I'm on TV. I have a chance to make this work. Perfect. They're like, this don't really make sense, or this ain't really what I want to do, but they'll still do it, which is why Mercedes ended up leaving because they was hoeing her, she felt like. And like as far as like the Ronda Rousey thing is like, that's actually a great story if you really look into it, if you really think about it. Especially if whether Ronda was supposed to be the bad guy or the good guy, that's still a great story to tell because like, damn, can Ronda get past this smaller stature and someone that was a gymnast and a cheerleader growing up instead of someone that was a fighter or a wrestler their whole life growing up? Like, what's that dynamic like? What's it going to be like once they get in the ring? For her to just try to like throw her under the bus and be like, oh yeah, they only did it because she was high in merch sales, which is not true because again, she was a multiple time world champion before you even got there. She was the champion when you came to Royal Rumble. She was already in the ring. It was Charlotte, Asuka, and Alexa. That was one of the first 3 people you saw when you came in. If anything, the person that got something handed to them was her. Because of her name that she did outside of it.
Like, and that's why I said it blew me that she said WWE didn't allow her to be as your first match, you was in there, you was in there with you was chilling with The Rock. You got in there with Kurt Angle, Triple H. You was in there with moguls, bro. Not even
Hall of Famers.
But not even bro, that's what I'm saying.
All-time greats.
Moguls. Bro, they shaped the business. What you mean? Like
everybody knows those names.
Right. Household, bro. Household. Like
people that never watched, be like, or hadn't watched in 20 years, be like, oh damn, she in a match with Triple H and Kurt Angle. Oh yeah, we gotta watch this. Like
that don't make
oh shit, Stephanie too? Like Stephanie's still here? Like
it's like
they gave her so many opportunities.
There was more to the story, bro. There was way more to the story. That's just the 2 main ones I chose. But there was also a thing where she said that I told them I don't tap out. I didn't tap out in MMA. My mom told me if I ever tap, blah blah. Bro, you know how hard it is to write you into a story where you don't want to lose a certain way. So we got to figure out how. Bro, think about the Mania. You're
already hard to book.
Bro, you ruined the Mania match essentially though. Because you didn't want to tap.
Yes.
Like, it's a great match, but all anybody ever talks about is the quick roll up.
And couldn't keep her shoulders on the mat right.
Yeah. So it's like
damn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just it goes back to Riddle and modern day media. Mm-hmm. Y'all are too, even Nikki Bella, bro. Stay off them podcasts for a little bit, y'all. Think about what you're gonna say before you go on.
Before you do it, yes.
Because it's like
you're gonna lose your opportunities. Because Triple H has shown that he's a very forgiving guy. He's a guy that if you do the right things and you carry yourself the right way, he will bring you back. If there's money to be made, they will bring you back. WWE is all about money. TKO is all about money. They will bring you back. But if you continuously over and over and over and over again continue to talk down on them or shit on them, you will not get no opportunities. And that also is a bad look to other companies. Like, granted, she might not want to wrestle, but somebody like AEW could have used her at a certain point. They don't need her now. They probably don't want her now, but they could have used her, and she talks so badly about the business that nobody wants to be around her. And what can you do now? What can she do now to make money from a day to day? I don't know nothing about her until she starts talking on somebody's podcast, and then the podcast she's talking on I never heard of.
That's
and really, those people only bring on there because it's Ronda Rousey. She gonna say something stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my thing, bro. And I'm on the flip side. Like, I understand y'all losing opportunities, but it's like, bro, do y'all not do y'all not understand that you're affecting people that you're
yeah,
talking about? Like
yeah, that's
with Riddle,
hmm
and if this, let's say this is the Vince era, and you're in, let's say AJ Lee, she wouldn't return under Vince anyway, but let's say there was a possibility there
yeah,
was, and you outside in a podcast saying that she got around this, that, bro, you knew how those men were when it came to women. You could have tarnished that
hmm
whole thing if you had enough credibility. Now you don't have enough credibility to tarnish anybody. I believe.
nope,
So
no,
that's why it
absolutely,
didn't matter. And as far as Nikki Bella and Wade, when you go in there doing that, bro, we see that they're all about money, bro. You never know. They could
hmm
have scrapped Wade over something like that.
yeah, yeah,
Ronda, you talking about Alexa, bro. For people that don't know Alexa Bliss and that's heavily into you, bro, you could diminish this whole woman's career by just saying, okay, bro, she a merch merchant.
yeah,
Do y'all not think about the people
yeah,
that y'all be talking about? It don't. That's what I'm
no.
saying. Now, I don't know, man. Like I said, think about
I
what
think
you
she's
do on
just
these
better,
pods.
but she shouldn't be.
You got everything.
Literally,
You got every,
like
bro.
if you should be better with anybody, it's Dana White for keeping it a buck
Hey,
because Dana White set you up
ain't nobody tell you to
twice.
sign that contract.
That's a fact.
Ain't nobody, bro. We seen plenty of champions duck. We see
Yeah,
plenty of champions be like, you don't deserve it. I'm not even fighting you. This is
right.
UFC we talking.
Yeah.
The only time Dana forces somebody into a fight is if he don't like them. Like
hmm
really. His favorites, bro. We see Sean O'Malley duck Peter Yan for a grip. We saw Sean O'Malley duck. I ain't even gonna get on him. I like Sean, but come on, bro. You
hmm
got favorites. Ronda, you were a
Yeah.
favorite. You made that man a lot
Yeah.
of money. You tried to
Yes.
prove you was the baddest on the planet. You laced them gloves up with
Yes.
Nunes. You laced them
That's
gloves up with
your
Holly
fault.
Holmes. That's your fault. That is your fault. You in the
Without the
WWE,
proper
that's
technique
your fault.
and skill. Yes.
That's your fault. You went out there and said you don't want to tap out. You went out there and said you don't want
hmm
to work with certain people.
Then go fight someone.
But it ain't even go fight some more. It's like, bro, can you blame the fans for not liking your product? You limited it.
Exactly.
You
Literally.
limited it, bro. You limited it. Whenever Becky Lynch is just doing a promo and you're going out real media and saying, "Oh, I really beat her ass," bro, that's not cool. We don't care.
No.
It's not
Because
cool.
Brock never did that. And Brock is a much bigger threat and
Like
did
I'm
way
saying,
more in UFC. And he ain't never go, I really kick his ass in real life. Like, we all know that already. It doesn't matter.
yeah, we don't care, bro.
Like-
Riddle could do the same thing, bro, but we don't care.
Thank
You're still
you.
a scumbag.
It's a like Ken Shamrock should have been killing dudes back in the day. He was never a world champion. I love Ken Shamrock. But I wouldn't be like, dang, he should have been a world champion. Like, no, it wouldn't have worked. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. And they gave you a ton. They gave you a ton. They built a whole women's pay-per-view around you when they shouldn't have.
They give you a ton. They gave Brock the same thing though. They gave Brock the same thing, and you ain't see Brock out here. I mean, Brock has done things, but he ain't ever went out there and been like, "Hey, WWE this, WWE that."
Mm-hmm.
He kind of just knew that.
No matter how many times he's left, he goes into the shadows and then he come back.
He come back, bro. That's all it is. Moving on, I'm done with y'all. That's why we say we not feeling it because y'all don't deserve a lot of time.
Facts.
Next, our favorite part of the show, we have our Restless Wrestling Potentials Draft. Reek, hold up. We're gonna let Reek explain the rules and what we're doing.
All right. We have a potentials draft. So we are doing a draft of how many people do you want to draft for each of our sides? 10, 12, 15.
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. I got about 20 names wrote. So it's like that's with the possibility of steals.
I have a lot of names, actually, now that I think about it.
So you got like over 20 names?
Yes.
Okay, I say 12 then. Because I can probably think
12
of
is perfect.
I can probably think of
6 and 12 is perfect. All right. So the rules for the draft. We will both draft 12 people, man or woman, whoever you feel has the most potential in the WWE is who you draft wherever you draft them. Then we're going to the rules of it are they have to be either 30 and under, haven't been a world champion yet on the main roster, and they have to have less than 4 years on the main roster. So if they have one of those, they are eligible to be drafted. If they've been a world champion on the main roster, or they've been there longer than 4 years, but they're still under 30, they do not count. So that would be Rhea Ripley. Rhea has been a multiple-time world champion. Tiffany Stratton has now been a world champion on the main roster, so she does not count. If they have been a champion on the main roster, world champion on the main roster, they are eligible.
Right.
If they're over 30, but are still under 4 years on the main roster, haven't been a world champion.
Now, I do want to tell y'all, for people that even if y'all are confused, Rick, you're doing a beautiful job. But even if you are confused, we kind of kept the world champion thing because at that point, you kind of reach your
potential.
Yes. I mean, at that point, you're just going to be a multiple-time world champion if you decide to do so, or if they decide to do so. So that's really that. Now, we will say there's some guys that are close, and we don't view that as cheating because, hey, they still got the potential to do that. So
exactly.
All right. I feel
like I went first for the last draft that we did. So
I was gonna say okay. Now listen, y'all. Are you sure you want me to go first?
Yes.
Like absolutely positive.
If you're taking who I think you're taking, because you keep saying that, no.
All right. Well,
but
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. With the first pick in the potential draft, and this is unfortunate for Reek, I'm taking Roxanne, bro. I'm taking Roxanne. Why? Roxanne is stupid young. I can have her on my team for years. For years. And this is the first time I've ever hoed Reek on this show. So I'm going to give him time
That's
to
not true. Because we have a clip of me saying, I'm about to hoe you, nigga. And then you took AJ.
I forgot.
I think it was during the Survivor Series matches draft. And I think you took either AJ versus Brock or Daniel Bryan versus Brock. But you was like, I'm about to hoe you, nigga. And I was like, don't do it. And then you still did it. But that's okay. That's okay.
I forgot.
That's okay.
As y'all know.
That's okay.
Know, listen. As y'all know, bro. That is hilarious.
Because Roxanne was for sure my first pick. I swore she was at least going to fall to 2.
Listen,
and
bro.
Your reasoning was exactly mine.
Right.
I mean, I actually have a lot of love for her, but she's so damn young. Like her number, her stats are gonna be there for so long. That's okay. That's okay. We'll bounce back. I'm gonna go a different route here, and this is a bit of a.
I don't have my pen.
See, there's 2 routes I could go here, because one of these is a bit of a. This is a bit of a leap of hoping that they do what they're supposed to do.
So you're reaching a little bit.
Potentially.
Our first potential reach of the draft.
Yes. But based on the talent, based on the age, based on what they've done so far, I feel pretty okay with taking them here. I'm going to take Blake Monroe.
Now, you talking about you thought motherfuckers was going to fall. I thought she was going to fall to at least my third round.
No. I had to take her, bro. I had to take her because the way that she could be booked over the next 3 years before she turns 30 or before she wins a world title on the main roster could be phenomenal. The amount of wins she could pick up, the amount of things that she could do on the way there, because we're going to take into account other titles. We're going to take into account wins and losses. We're going to take into account moments, matches, that kind of thing, to add up all this. We'll probably talk about it after, how we're going to, do it the checklist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for what she can do for the next 3 to 4 years before she becomes maybe she becomes world champion in a year or 2. I don't know. But up until that point, I think she can give me a lot of points.
For sure. And something that I think would be cool for this list, y'all, is that we evolve it over time, right? So let's say
Mm-hmm.
we're not limited to trades. Obviously, we can trade up if we wanted to. We could add, I feel like over time, let's say like I feel like after a PLE or like after a string of PLEs, let's say like every 3 months, I feel like we should be able to add somebody. Just keep gradually doing it. So like I said, we're gonna take this serious, y'all. We're gonna keep up with this. We're gonna because we did one way in the past for our OG members of Wrestling, but bro, we did
really
it
early too.
Yeah, we did it, and people started getting hurt like immediately.
Yeah, that's a fact. Ilya got hurt quick, like right after that.
And so it was like, that's unfortunate. Like a bunch of people kind of got taken off because that's when we were drafting top guys too. So like,
yeah.
Seth Rollins went out basically for a minute. Like
Seth,
Punk was gone for a minute. Like
Punk got hurt. Drew was gone for a minute. Like there were some guys that just disappeared. Women too. Like Rhea got hurt.
Yeah.
Like she was just
It kind of So we're trying to do this again.
Asuka was gone.
Bro, Asuka was gone for
Asuka was gone for a minute. Charlotte wasn't back yet. Becky was gone. We didn't know she was coming back. Alexa was gone. Like there was a lot of people that was gone.
A lot of people was gone. For sure. Okay, on to the second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going back to you? Is it gonna be like me first and you then me, or is it
no, just back and forth?
Back and forth. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Second pick. Notice both of our picks were women. All right. This is what we mean. This is what we were talking about earlier. With my second pick in the draft, this is tough because you know what? I'm doing this now. Well, because I don't want this to get yerped. Well, my second pick in the draft, we're gonna take Dom Mysterio because I cannot not have Dom. You know what I mean? I cannot not have Dom. I take Dom because obviously my boy could become double champ here soon. The amount of wins that he could string up, the amount of wins he could string up with the potential face turn when Liv gets back is through the roof. So Dom, obviously, y'all, he says he's the greatest Mysterio of all time. I truly believe that not only that title, I believe he's going to be one of the greatest talents we've ever seen in this generation. So that's why he is up there for me. Shout out Dom. Only 28. Only 28, by the way. Only 28.
Yeah, he's only 28.
Only 28.
I'm gonna go with somebody that's younger. I'm gonna go similar to the way that you went with Roxanne and the way I was gonna go with Roxanne. I'm gonna go Javon Evans because he's got a ton of time. He's got a ton of time to build up what he's doing on NXT, get to the main roster, build up what he can do there. I just think it's a good shot because even if he doesn't become a world champion right away, I think he's still going to win a lot of matches on NXT. And I think he's going to win a lot when he gets to the main roster. I would hope at least. Now, we don't know exactly when he's going to get to the main roster. And I think that helps because there's a guy that's still on here that people are probably like, damn, why wouldn't you pick them yet? But they may not be building up wins as long.
Yeah.
Like, they could be world champion by April. So
so that's what I mean.
You're only
so
getting 6 or so months.
Does it cut off when they turn 30? Or do we keep track from this point to just whatever?
I think once they win a world title on the main roster,
that's when we're done. Okay, so then that's pretty good then. Because I think Dom will have.
I feel like that's just the easiest way to go about it because Dom may not win a world title for 2 or 3 years. Because I mean, like, I guess it depends because certain people like Dragon Lee is already 30, right? If you pick him to build up, at a certain point, he's no longer a potential guy. Like, I think it just depends on certain people. Like, depending on who you pick, I think if they become a world champion, I think at that point the potential is gone because, like we said with the other, like with Rhea, Bianca, once they won the championship, like all right, the potential's here. Like they're one of the people now. So I think it should be once they win the world title, that's when they are off the list.
That's when they're off our team. That's when they graduate from our team, man. Dang.
Yes. And then we can do one that's just a regular
everybody.
one
Yeah.
later on down the line. And then those people that leave this list or leave this pool elevate
We'll go to
and
the
like
next
literally graduate to that one. Yes.
which will be amazing. And
And then
that's
we can do like
evolution, y'all.
some kind of draft to try to draft those people.
By
to
that
our
time,
teams
y'all,
then.
we might even be hosting this draft in person. And by that time, we might
Come
even
on.
be hosting that draft with one of y'all, with other members.
Come on.
So there's
Come on.
vision here. I do love that. So we got Dom, we got
Mhm.
Roxanne, and you have
Blake
Javon
Monroe and
Evans
Javon
and
Evans.
Blake Monroe. Nice. Okay, y'all. With my next pick in the draft, I would like to take another special talent on NXT, another one that generates buzz, another one that just every time she's
Mhm.
out there, she does great things. At only 26 years old, I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka as my third pick.
It's a great pick. That's
I'm
a great pick.
hoping.
That would have been my next pick.
Yeah, I'm hoping. The crazy part is, I'm hoping they don't fast track her though, because they're starting to kind of.
I feel like they might.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're
She's-
like,
she's
oh
good.
yeah, she's very good. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka with my third pick. I'm actually doing this. I actually got the draft order I wanted wrote down, and I'm actually going completely opposite of it now that we're here because the age not the age matters, but the
Yeah, I just wrote a bunch of people down. Yeah.
But it's like
what they can do, like how many points they can accrue matters.
Yeah, honestly, that's what matters, y'all. It's PPR for wrestling.
Yeah,
that's how I can explain it.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
I'm gonna go with the person that I would have gone. Like I was gonna go with Sol Ruka, but the next person that I would have gone with is still there, so I'm gonna go Kalani Jordan.
Dog, she's right under her. Okay, this is nice. I like this. That's tough. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. That's real tough. That was
still really young, still a lot of talent, still a lot of time to build on hers.
I thought that was a late round. I thought it was gonna be a late round steal type thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
She's 25.
For sure,
She
bro.
still got at least 5 years if she don't win a world title.
That's facts. Next on my list.
Gotta take it.
Because it looks like it's going to be some time. I'm going to go ahead and establish one of our guys that we love on this show. For my fourth pick, I'm going to take Mr. Mello. Don't miss. I'll take Carmelo Hayes. I think we got a while before Carmelo's a world champion.
Good choice.
If he even becomes a world champion.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which could end up resulting in me trading Mr. Mello eventually. Because if they stop pushing or doing what they're doing, I could end up trading them to Reek, and then maybe in the end it might bite me back. Who knows? That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this, y'all.
That's a fact. You never know. I'm going to go someone similar. Got caught up around the same time as them. Not a world champion yet. Don't know if they'll be a world champion within the next year or so, I would say, because Raw is kind of stacked right now. But they still get a lot of wins. And I'm assuming the IC title will be switched hands kind of soon. So she'll be back in that picture. I'm going with Lyra Valkyria.
Good pick. Damn good pick. Yeah, that's a lot of wins, cuz. It's a lot of wins. And I could see her being a staple for that mid card for a minute before they try to put the main on her. Raw stacked over there, man. And that's the thing. That's the thing why the women are hot, y'all, because now that AJ Lee's back, I'm not saying I'm not trying to blame AJ Lee for a handicap or anything, but we do know that, the belt's got to go to her at some point. I'm just gonna be honest.
It does.
So we got time for a lot of women on Raw, which leads me to my fifth pick. An absolute force. Don't know what they're gonna do with them on the main roster. Maybe they make them a world beater immediately. That's the chance I'm just gonna have to take. Fifth pick, I'm gonna take Obafemi off the board. 27 years old. I actually thought Oba was pushing 30 for some reason. Maybe that's
Yeah.
because of his stature, but 27 years
I
old.
think we also forget how long they've been in NXT for some of them. Like
Yeah,
it seems like they just
real.
got there, but he's been in there for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
So when he came in, he was like 24, 25. Now at this point, he's 27. Same with like Trick and Mello.
Yeah.
Like they came in so young, but they've been there a long time.
Good
Okay,
minute.
like Mello was in NXT for like 3 years, almost 4 years.
For sure.
So that makes sense. I like that pick. That my thing is like I don't know about the value. Like the value now is great. Picking him
Right.
early, I wasn't sure about, but the value of getting him in the quote unquote 5th round, I think is really good.
For sure. And honestly,
Um,
it's not crazy to say that because it's like with him, dog, we just literally don't know because we kind of got a lot of world
Yeah, we
beaters on the
don't.
main roster. So it's like,
Yeah,
or hypothetical world beaters on
it's
the main
basically
roster.
yeah. With that,
So-
it's trusting Triple H.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
exactly.
all right, who do I feel the most confident in still getting that push? Maybe I got Javon a little early, but he's so young
Yeah.
that the value there is just too good. Same with Roxanne. Like getting Roxanne at 23, she may not be a world champion for a year or two, but she can stack up so much on the way there. She can get an
Right.
Intercontinental title. She can get a
It's
United
like-
States title. She can get another tag team title.
drafting the Roxannes and the Javons early is the staples of the team. They're the cornerstones of the team. They're gonna be
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
They're gonna be here.
For sure. Because
For a
when you
minute.
have to move certain people out, they'll still be there probably.
Right. And now that Roxanne has so many she has so many stories to be told on her way to
Mhm.
the world title, like they could take she can win the IC, she could go to SmackDown if she
Mhm.
wanted to, go over there. Like there's so many people that she could
Mhm.
face off with without being a champion first. It's
Yeah.
lit. Same with Javon. And Javon's
Yeah.
and on the contrary of like Roxanne, it's like Javon's so popular at 21, like
Yeah.
he's gonna want to be seen. So there's just so many points on the board, y'all. So many points.
Seriously. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go with a guy that has been out for a little bit. Don't know. I don't think they'll fast track him too quickly. So I think I'll have some time with him to get some wins up and get some things right in order. We'll take Ilya here.
Ilya at 5.
He should be coming back somewhat soon. Yeah.
Yeah, Ilya at 5 is great value.
Might be a little
Great value.
early, but depending
Great value.
on when he comes back and depending on what he does and how long they wait to like really push him up there,
Mhm.
I think he can bring a lot of points.
Yeah, he's getting cheese points because he's definitely getting the tune-up points, and then he's obviously gonna get hella points when he like the Gunther payoff, like if they go that route.
Yeah. Your audio went low.
Oh, it did? All right, y'all. I'm just gonna yell a little bit. I'm gonna yell a little bit.
Oh no, it's back.
Oh, it's back? Okay, cool. With my 6th pick, oh man. I'm gonna go with the value here. With my 6th pick, I'm gonna take and another NXT person I feel is pretty well in their craft. Definitely high demand on the main roster. Shout out Kevin Nash because he told this woman, as in she's not getting drafted. He told Raquel Rodriguez she needs to work bigger. Little does WWE know they have somebody that works big all the time. I'm gonna take Lash Legend with my 6th pick.
It's a great pick.
I'm hoping
That's a fantastic pick.
they should have her beat Jada Parker in this feud, but I don't know how it's going right now because they kind of seem even right now. But Lash with hopefully the pairing of Trick maybe on the main roster. There's so many things they could do with her. It's also still once again a trust in Triple H. Again, it's still a trust.
It
but
is.
since she's made an appearance on PLEs already, I got faith in her. I got a lot of faith in her.
Yeah. All right. For this one, I'm gonna go to the guy. He's falling a little bit too far. At this point, the value is great. I'm gonna take Braun Breaker here.
For sure. And that's as simple as that.
He's still only 27. You know, the value of getting him in the 6th round is great. It makes sense that he fell because he could get the title in 5-6 months. He could
Right.
get the title in 10 months. Like, you just don't know. But in that time frame, he's gonna win a lot of matches, in my opinion.
Right.
So
Yeah, he's gonna win a lot of matches. He's definitely gonna make a lot of moments.
yes.
With my 7th pick, I'm gonna double back. I'm gonna double back on the women's division, and I'm gonna go with somebody that doesn't get a lot of TV time at the moment, but is currently a champion. With my, it's our 7th pick, right? 7th pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Julia with my 7th pick. Under 4 years on the main roster, and also she's not a world champion yet. So if she does fit the mold,
Yeah.
I would like to take Julia with my 7th
Yeah,
pick.
she does. Yeah. I
Hopefully-
actually didn't write her because of the age, but she fits it.
She fits it. But with her, I'm hoping, well, I'm going off of the teaser that them saying that just because she's a United States
Not
champion
huge. She
doesn't
can't
mean
still
she
go
can't
for
go
it.
for the world title. So
Yeah.
I'm banking on maybe, hopefully in these next couple months, she can start racking up some wins. Take some points in
Yeah.
the late rounds.
Yeah. My 7th pick, I'm going to go. There's a few routes I could go here. It's just kind of gauging how high they are on certain people.
Right.
I'm gonna take Zarya. I think they still have a lot in store for her, even after, hopefully not too soon, after Soruka and her are no longer like a tandem. I think they could do it for a while, honestly. But
For sure.
I think there's still a lot that she can do before she becomes an eventual world champion.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, I'm gonna take my first reach of the draft.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my first reach of the draft. Maybe not even a reach at 8, but it might shock some people. Actually, you know what? I'll save my reach. I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, it's not a reach at all. This ain't the person that I'm gonna. Hopefully, he's still there next round. I'll do it next round. For now, I feel like he's been on the board too long. Obviously, very popular. Actually, bro, I don't even know if Trick might not count. He's TNA world champion, though, right?
He counts.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I'm just making sure, right? I want to do this the right way because we're keeping up with it. I'm gonna go ahead and take Trick.
I think it's got to be WWE World Title or
WWE World
yeah,
okay.
It's got to be a WWE World Title.
I'll take Trick here, just like he said with Braun Breaker, but not to the same exact method. He's obviously popular. He's not gonna give me a lot of points early because he's a heel, and I feel like he's just gonna be losing. But when he gets to the main roster, hey man, I'm all for that. It's gonna be a journey, so I feel like I'm gonna have Trick for a while. That's really what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he was someone I had on the list, who I was thinking of between Zarya, someone else, and then him. So I'm not mad at that pick at all. I'm gonna go Lola Vice here because I think she's gonna be the next NXT Women's Champion. So I think that's gonna be some points there. I don't know how long she keeps the belt, but since I already have Blake Monroe, I'm not too worried about her like winning the belt and then losing it.
I took Roxanne, bro. Like,
That's your fault.
This on me. I'm not upset at you. At all. It's just like, damn, like Kalani and Lola double dip me bad. I had a chance, man.
You did. And
All
I could have
right,
took Trick right before that. I could have took Trick instead of Zarya. You'd have been sick.
Yeah, I would have been pretty sick. But it's okay though. Now I'm gonna take my reach here at 9.
Okay.
Somebody that's doing currently great work. someone that that I've been ranting on for at least months on this show, like months. I'm gonna go ahead and take, also fairly young. I'm gonna take Ludwig Kaiser with my 9th pick. I got very high hopes for Mr. Ludwig Kaiser. He's somebody that can also be on the team for a while. I don't think they're gonna make him a world champion anytime soon, but I do think they got stuff planned for him because of the work he's doing as El Grande Americano. So yeah, 9 I'm gonna take.
I like that. I'm not mad at that pick at all. I didn't actually have him on my list, but that's actually a good pull. I'm going to go with my 9th pick. I think I'm going to go Jordan Grace here. Great value. I think she'll eventually get to the main roster, do really well there. I think this is probably her last feud on NXT. I don't see her as being someone that they'll rocket to the World Championship, so I think I'll have some time to get her some wins and for her to rack up some points before hopefully she eventually wins the title.
Facts. And I mean, she should at least once, you know. She's definitely the Bailey of her group already. We're seeing that off rip. Definitely doing a lot of good work, but obviously she's a backbone of NXT. Clearly they trust her enough to put her in there with Blake Monroe to get them both up to speed at the same time. But,
it's a little bit of like she's so experienced that she's not looked at the same way like Julia, Stephanie, and now Blake are.
For sure.
It's like, oh, we know we can trust you to do all of this and still find a way to get you to where you're supposed to go. Hopefully.
I like that pick. You made that pick. I'm gonna turn around at 10. Somebody kind of similar. I'm gonna take Ricky Saints at 10. Dog.
That's a good pick.
Love the charisma. Love the in-ring work. Probably the next NXT champion. I'm not gonna lie. I think if they're gonna pull the trigger on somebody, it'll probably be him to beat Oba. The promo was very telling. I don't know if people watched that promo that he had with him when he told him, "More and more I see you." Kind of how they were doing with Gunther. You just look less of yourself, like the weight of a champion bearing on you. So I like Ricky Saints a lot. So hopefully he's on the team for a while too, because that's somebody I feel like can gain traction quick and get rocketed straight to that title if need be. But yeah, man, that's where I'm gonna go at 10. I wish I had my pen so I could write. Like right here. I guess I put it in my phone.
You good. Number 10. Let's see. At this point, it's just getting value for real. I'm really high. I think I could wait on him. I think I could wait on him. I'll go. I think I'm gonna go. I think with my last 2 picks, I'll go age. With this one, I think I'm gonna go with someone who I feel like has real potential to do something before they become a world champion. And I don't know if they'll ever become a world champion, but I think they have a chance to be someone that's like heavily in that mid card. I'm gonna take Nathan Frazier.
Bro, I about said something dummy crazy to you just. Bro, I about left the biggest fuck you, bro, out of my mouth, dog. I am like, oh, bro. Y'all do not understand, bro. Look, he's in the top 4. Yeah, that's gross. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know my paper. That shit's gross.
Man.
Yo, what? I didn't expect that. That's great. That's just absolutely great. Can't even lie. That's a good shit. I'm just gonna move on. That's hilarious to me. With 11. Bro, that is fucking hilarious. With 11. That shit got me shook, dude. Dude, honestly, I can't even do that. I can't even do that. You know what? I'm gonna take somebody else popular. At 11, we're going with the value. We're gonna go with Jada Parker. We don't know if she's gonna hit world championship status. Maybe she's just very popular. I think she'll be around for a while. We got a bunch of people that's gonna be around for a while. I feel like, which is good.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay. With one pick here, I'm gonna go Thea Hale. She's just so young. She's 21 years old right now. So much time that I can use, and getting her in the 11th is big because of the amount of points that she can accrue up before she even hits certain markers. And I do think eventually she's going to be one of the top people on the NXT show. Or brand, I should say.
Okay.
There was someone else I was going to go with, but she was a little older than I thought. Like, actually, it could be older than I thought. But I forget, some of these people are coming out of college. So if they're there for a little bit, by the time you really think about it, they're probably like a little bit older by then.
All righty. Now, this is the last pick of the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 12, I'm going to take somebody that's not even actively on TV at all.
Okay.
We don't know what they're doing. But I do know when they're repackaged and brought back, we will be here for it. So with my last pick in the draft, I'm going to select Austin Theory. Because Austin Theory...
I had a feeling.
Austin Theory, when he gets back, should rack up some massive wins. We've all been waiting on his face turn. We've all been waiting to see what they're going to do with him. Hopefully, Triple H. That's my only thing I'm worried about. Triple H clearly doesn't have the same trust with Theory as Vince did. So this is the thing about my team. This is the thing. It's a lot of trust in Triple H. So we're going to see how this works out, y'all. But I feel like I could have Theory for at least 2 to 3 years based off of what I think they may do. So,
yeah. He's what, 26, 27?
20. He might be, I think he's 27, should be going on 28. So,
yeah. Because he was really young when he first got pulled from the original Evolve show. I think he was like 22, maybe. He got pulled from them. Because that was before COVID, I want to say. Yeah. Because he got pulled up to the main roster kind of quick, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great pick. He was on my list. It was more of the Triple H trust thing. That is why I didn't pick him.
Yeah. That's
right.
What's going to be the thing for real.
My last pick, I'm between about 5 people in NXT. So I'll give you 4 of the names. I'm between Izzy Dane, Fallon Henley, and Ren Sinclair. Are both older than I thought they were. Ren Sinclair is 30, Fallon Henley is 30, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I thought they had a little bit more time to like find their footing, which I think Fallon is really close. I think Fallon is there. They're just waiting on the JC Jane thing. And I think Fallon Henley is going to be the bigger star between those two. So I'm between Fallon Henley, but I'm not sure about how they would book her on the main roster. Fallon Henley, Ren Sinclair, I think, is similar to Thea Hale, but she's much older. She's like 9 years older than her at this point. Izzy Dame, I think, is really talented. Plus, and I don't want to say this and make it sound bad, but she's also currently with Braun Breaker. So I think that could help her in the future.
Yeah.
But that's not why I would go there. But I actually think I'm going to go Tavion Heights.
Tavion Heights is nice.
I think they are booking him to be one of the next top guys on NXT. And I really, really I liked him when he was in the group. And now that he's out of the group, I like him even more. He just had a match on their last recent NXT PLE with Ethan Page. So if they're putting him in a program like that already with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, I think they have high hopes for him. So that's who my last pick will be. But it's crazy that there's still a good chunk of people that could be on this list, and that
Yeah, honestly, like
Dragon Lee didn't get
Jasmine
picked, Tyler
Nix.
Bate didn't get picked, Jasmine Nix could have got picked. Jasmine Nix is pretty young too. Tatum Paxley still pretty young. JC Jane could have got picked. Like Kiana James is still there. But again, some of these is just, do you trust the main roster booking? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. That I will say that was an excellent draft. There was a lot of haymakers, a lot of counter punches. Man,
that first one, bro.
I know, man. Hey.
As soon as you said, "Are you sure?" I said, "All right, that's what we doing." Okay.
I had to make
but
sure.
But it made me
bro.
go get Blake early. Blake was going to be probably my third pick, but once you did that, I was like, all right, I got to take the highest potential on this list, and I think the highest potential on this list after Roxanne is Blake.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I definitely think you got the. I think you got out of the three potentials, you got the top two between like Roxanne. I think Roxanne, Javon. Roxanne, Javon, and Blake. So you got the two.
Yeah.
But it's also, two at the price of one. Because I mean, damn, bro, Roxanne, shit.
Exactly.
She's starting to get the traction now. People are starting to notice the work she's actually doing with the Judgment Day. And I'm gonna say that I was one of the victims too, because I didn't think she should have been in the group in the first place due to her character coming in. I was just like, man, that group is unnecessary. But honestly, it's good that she's in that group because it shows not only the upper level management, but to me that
range.
Bro, yeah, range. The character range, what she can do with others, how can she build others? And since she's been in a group, I mean, I'm not blaming Liv. Like some people are doing some weird stuff where they're like Raquel looks happier, but it ain't even that. Raquel's just doing better work right now with her. Like
yes, and that has a lot to do with Kevin Nash and Undertaker.
Yeah, and it has a lot to do with the OGs, but at the same time, iron sharpens iron, bro. Like Liv is one of the best in the world. We know that. But it does take away from Raquel because Liv is big.
I think that's part of it. Yes.
Yeah. So
because she was behind her, but now when it's her and Roxanne, they were side each other.
They're side by side. So now we're seeing two great individuals as a team. It generally looks like they're a team. It's amazing work. So shout out to Roxanne. Shout out to Reek being an OG advocate 100%. For Roxanne. There's a lot of new fans.
Like 1920 when she first came in.
There's a lot of new fans around
NXT, but she started wrestling at 14. Like, damn.
It's just crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. Like, we advocate for new fans. But damn. Some of y'all act like y'all been there. And I will never act like I've been there from the start with Roxanne. But the fact that I just want to say, y'all, you learn a lot about stuff when you do it. Like I just said, iron sharpens iron. And this is our outro, kind of. If we did a draft when we started this, a potential draft when we started this, you probably wouldn't see me draft Roxanne first. But after doing the show with Reek, after seeing him harp on her, me paying attention. Actually, the thing about me is I'll actually go back and watch like what she was doing to be hit to like, okay, let's see if this is justified. And it is. She's amazing. So y'all are going to see us evolve as podcast hosts. Hopefully we see y'all evolve as viewers. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Hopefully WWE evolves to continue to be in the product that we want to watch. And man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, this is another great episode. So we will see y'all next week.
Appreciate y'all.
Any closing statements?
Nah, honestly. Enjoy the weekend, the rest of the weekend. Enjoy the football today. Yeah, man, just enjoy the wrestling. AJ Lee will be back tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, so lock into that.
Facts.
And we will be letting y'all know what the checklist becomes and how we are doing that. We'll probably start doing it from now instead of like months back. We'll just start it from September 7th, 2025 and on. That way it's a free, it's open for everybody. Like if we start adding what they've done on the main roster, what they've done, like it'll be too hard. So we just start from now. Everybody's at the same pace, and that's where the potential thing comes in. It's like, all right, who starts out slow, who starts out fast and may like slow down, who is
Right.
steady. Like that's what I want to see.
Exactly, y'all. And think of it, and if honestly, if you think of it like this is an example I'm gonna leave y'all waiting to think about. Let's say me and Reek both had $100. We took it to a casino and we took 12 names and we slapped that 100 on there and said, these are gonna be world champions, these are the guys we're rolling with. That's how we did it. We invested in these people, we're invested in their journey, we're invested in their stories. And just like them, we hope y'all invest in us. All right. So, with that being said, make sure you hit the follow button on TikTok. Make sure you sub to Mostly Pussy YouTube. Thank y'all again. We out.